Fact checkers at Snopes attempt to bail out Stacey Abrams from armed Black Panther story. Oh boy. So if you we're going to talk about this, but in order to talk about this, we need to rewind a day. So armed Black Panther lobby for Democrat governor candidate Stacey Abrams. So Breitbart News has obtained photographs of members of the new Black Panther Party wielding weapons and holding signs supporting Democrat governor candidate Stacey Abrams, a leftist who helps to be the first black female governor in Georgia. This comes on the heels of Oprah Winfrey's visit to the state of Alabama's behalf, where she said the Democrat refuses to allow the sacrifice of those who were lynched and oppressed to be in vain. That's a very interesting statement, isn't it? This is where, people in public figures and stuff really do kind of show their cards. So, let's say that again. Democrat refuses to allow the sacrifices of those who were lynched and oppressed to be in vain. Then, what are you presuming that she's going to be doing? What do you presume that the Democrat is going to be doing when you say she refuses to allow the sacrifice of those who were lynched and oppressed to be in vain? I wonder what you're planning. I wonder what you've possibly done to... Lucky they don't have guns, isn't it? But moving along. The photo shows men dressed in all black with Black Panther logo on their clothing and holding weapons. There's a victim everywhere. Abrams' opponent, Republican Georgia Secretary of State Brian Kemp, will be the focus of a rally today in Georgia, where President Donald Trump will be stamping on his behalf. So there's the sign for the Stacey Abrams from governor, the Black Panther logos, the guns, obviously. Yeah. So Ryan Mohan, Kemp for governor spokesman, has no doubt about the origins of the images. He said, quote, "It's no surprise that the black militant Black Panthers are armed and patrolling the streets of Georgia for Stacey Abrams. The Black Panthers are a radical hate group with racist and anti-Semitic agenda. They are dangerous and encourage violence against our men and women in uniform. Stacey Abrams should immediately denounce the Black Panther and on behalf of a record of racism. She should stand against and condemn their attempts to intimidate hardworking Georgia voters days before the election." I believe it was one of the Black Panthers back in the 70s that fled to Mexico because she killed cops or something. So as Breitbart News reported, the Georgia governor race is one of the most closely watched campaigns in the nation and is attracting top surrogates from both parties in the final days before the election. Vice President Mike Pence stamped for Kempe early Thursday, while President Donald Trump will be in the state this weekend. "I hear Oprah Winfrey is in town today," Pence said at today's rally. "I hear Will Ferrell was going door to door the other day. I'd like to remain Stacey and Oprah and Will Ferrell. I'm kind of a big deal too." Real Clear Politics poll tracking shows Kemp up by 1 point and labels the contestant a toss-up. So yeah, according to the polls, it's close, but I don't believe polls. So it might be he might win it. But God forbid if he does, because God knows what was going to happen. But yeah, but get out and vote for Kemp, I suppose. Vote for the Republican. I think it's Kemp is his name. Yeah. Anyway, look, at the end of the day, look, am I surprised by this? No. Look, is anybody surprised that the left, the Democrats, are still racing or running on this identity politics? And this is what this is. This is identity politics. No, I'm not surprised. And, and what's going to happen next? All of a sudden, we're going to have white people walking around with guns, patrolling the streets. Yeah. I don't like the Black Panther Party. I think that they're I think they're a hate group. I think they're a terrorist group. They have a record of that, i.e. the girl that was a member of the party who went through and killed cops and fled to Mexico. So look, at the end of the day, I'm not thrilled on these guys getting guns. I don't know how they got guns in the first place. It's funny. But yeah, like I say, look, at the end of the day, I think this is a bad idea. Now, obviously, Snopes is a partisan hack. They've gone through, they've reached out for Breitbart News in an openly partisan attempt to wash away the story of an armed members of the new Black Panther Party campaigning for Democrat Chernobyl, I'm getting that wrong, and a candidate in Georgia, Stacey Abrams. Over the weekend, Breitbart News, among other media outlets, published explosive photographs of armed Black Panthers campaigning for Abrams, holding up her campaign sign while also holding up various guns. In the story, Breitbart News included a quote from the campaign of her GOP opponent, Brian Kemp. It is Kemp. Calling her on to denounce the radical campaigning for her. The story went viral. Many other nation outlets and other outlets across Georgia, including a local CBS News affiliate, picked it up and carried the damning images of Abrams' radical supporters. Such then, President Donald Trump held a rally in Macon, Georgia for Kemp, and the latest polls in the race show Kemp leading Abrams by as many as 12 points. Okay. This is why I don't like polls. One saying 12 points, one saying 1 point. Moving along. On Monday, a self-identified reporter for Snopes, Belithna Pelma, reached out to Breitbart News with a series of questions about the Black Panther reports. None of the questions implies anything was incorrect about the report. Facebook relies on Snopes as an official fact-checker to detect fake news and misinformation on the platform, along with small groups of other predominantly left-wing organizations, including Political Facts. Her email to Breitbart News: I'm a reporter for the fact-checking organization Snopes.com. Please don't use fact-checking. Please switch fact-checking to partisan. But anyway, I have a couple of questions about this story. The story says that Breitbart obtained images from the Black Panther. Where did Breitbart obtain the images from? Who cares? Anyway, why does Breitbart quote Kemp campaign with no obvious effort to get a comment from the Abrams campaign? Probably because she refused to answer the question. Why did Breitbart use the term lobby in the headlines? Probably because they're a lobby effort. I don't know. Breitbart normally takes a pro-gun stance. Does Breitbart maintain the stance when the gun owners are black? Holy shit, really? Wow, you're making it about racism, are you? Did anyone at Breitbart make an effort to contact the new Black Panther Party for comment? Look, at the end of the day, I am pro-gun, but I tell you what, I'm not happy about a terrorist group, and that's what I think they are, having guns. I like law-abiding citizens having guns, but I don't like it when terrorists or known terror organizations have them. And yeah. So what exactly is this? Who exactly is this reporter? Who is Belithna Pelma? Just a quick glance at Pelma's Twitter account and her history of writing for radical leftist outlets alternate shows a hardline leftist mentality. One quick to accuse Trump of being racist in the latest of a series of tweets attacking the president's campaign ad on the migrant caravan as such, or linking Donald Trump to the KKK in any way she can, a hysterical dating back years, as Breitbart News has reported about Pamela before. Before publishing the story, Breitbart News sent Pamela a series of questions of our own about her inquiry to us. Quote, Why can anyone trust Snopes to be an independent authority on fact-checking when you personally are so clearly biased in favour of the leftists? Are you implying your questions to us that your story had something to do with race? The story clearly did not. In your questions about us, you did not indicate whether there's anything close to inaccurate in our stories. So again, please specific, what exactly are you fact-checking? And did you send similar lists of questions to outlets like New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, and others on their reporting? Pamela did not respond to our request for comment, who is completely surprised by that. So look, at the end of the day, what's the takeaway from this story? Alright, so look, yeah, I would say at the end of the day, I am very concerned about a radical leftist group and what I would consider a terrorist organisation going through having a bunch of guns and, quote, patrolling, whatever that may mean. I would have to check into the gun laws to see if that would be even legal. Maybe they don't have a criminal history yet, and that's why they are allowed them. I don't know. But yeah, I am slightly concerned when you have far left radicals going through having a bunch of firearms, especially when the midterms are coming up, because boy, that can go wrong. But yeah, at the end of the day, I do think this story is accurate. I do. Well, we've got proof. We've got photos and stuff. I do think that this is a fairly accurate story, and it's very telling that fact checkers from Snopes are going through and trying to discredit the story. Is anybody surprised by Snopes doing that? No, we know they're partisan. You go through and you can find stuff on their website where it's clearly biased. So yeah, I'm not surprised that Snopes is trying to do some damage control. But guys, look, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What is your view on Snopes? Do you think they are left-wing partisan hacks? Do you think they are there to try and discredit these sort of, quote, conspiracy theories or these sort of reports because it's damaging to the leftist agenda? And what is your original thoughts on these Black Panther groups going through and having guns? Do you think that the new Black Panther Party having firearms is a good thing? Do you express your concern over them having firearms like I do? I'm really concerned about this. I think this is insane. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.